And okay, welcome everyone. My name is Rachel Garcia. I'm coming to you live from Jacksonville, Florida. And I'm sharing some information with you tonight that I have no doubt can absolutely be life-changing for you and your family. How can I say that so strongly? Well, because it was life-changing for my family when I took a look at this back in 2008. So 15 years ago, my brothers asked me to watch a presentation very similar to what you're watching now. At the time, I was working 12-hour days, practicing medicine as a physician assistant, and really had no free time. I was raising 2 young children. I had hired a nanny to help me do that. They called her mom, which was killing me. My husband and I, who'd been married at that time 10 years, had just opened 2 separate businesses, a skincare retail store, as well as a construction company. We'd invested over $100,000 in those businesses, and life was really, really busy. So I wasn't really excited about watching a presentation about a business, but I agreed to do it because they said that they wanted my opinion on the nutrition side of what they were sharing. So my goal tonight is to share with you a little bit about this company, tell you how it's affected our life. I don't know if it's for you or not, but I know there's a very good chance that it could be, because I've been sharing this information now for 15 years, and I have heard thousands of life-changing testimonies as a result of people getting involved in this company. So I want to talk to you about a company called Pure. And as I said, I was first introduced to it in 2008. And when I saw it, I knew right away that what they were sharing was truth. I knew right away that what they had was, it just keeps showing the wrong slides. So maybe I'll be doing this without slides, which is totally fine. I can do that. Let's just see if I can't get it to show the right slides. Here we go. Okay. I knew right away that what they had was truth. So when I was really into nutrition, I looked like this. I just had my second baby. He was 9 months old, and I was working, as I said, 12-hour days. When I took a look at this, I recognized that this company had been sharing these products in a clinical practice with patients for 30 years. And I said, gosh, that's a really long time. I cannot out-research that information. And I knew it was truth, because they were talking about cleansing your body of toxins, pouring plant-based nutrition in, and balancing out your pH, all of which I had learned in the previous few months. It was very important. Why had I learned those things? Because my nephew was diagnosed with severe autism that summer. And as a result of his diagnosis, I went to work trying to find out what is autism and why did he have it. See, my sister was told that her son would never speak, that he would never have more than the mind of a 3-year-old. And I sat there with her as the doctor told her that. Her son was the same age as my son. Her son did not speak at all. He screamed all day long, and he was still in diapers at the age of 3. I have a master's degree in clinical medical sciences, so I went to work researching what is autism and why did he have it. And that research led me to understand the importance of nutrition. So when I heard what I'm about to share with you, and I did a little bit of research and I compared what they had to what I was already buying at the health food store, I immediately knew it was good. I called my brothers in the morning and I said, give me everything they've got. 3 months later, I had lost 32 pounds. The only thing that I changed was adding this regimen on. Some other pretty significant things happened. My sleep greatly improved within 7 days, and I had horrible sleep issues. So to have my mind stop racing every night and actually get good sleep significantly changed my day. My 3-year-old struggled with severe constipation issues. That resolved within a couple of days. He was suddenly going smooth and easy, like a Wendy's Frosty, no crying, no bleeding. That was awesome. My husband also struggled with weight. We saw a tremendous change in his outward appearance, but he also struggled with anger and depression. And it was really hard to be married to him when he struggled with the severe anger and depression issues. 6 weeks in on our starter pack, 30-day servicing for your body, we recognized there were some pretty serious changes in his mental health, positive changes, no longer struggling with the extreme highs and lows and the depression. The biggest thing for me, though, was my nephew, Bo. This is Bo, the little redhead on the left. This is my son, Matthew, on the right. They're both 2 or 3 in this picture. And Bo, within 6 weeks, went from screaming all day long to speaking in full sentences. And that was the moment when I knew I really had to plug in and figure out what this was. Was Bo's result just a result of prayer, or was it real? And I did a small grassroots study with a pediatrician in Gainesville, Florida. And I will say it wasn't just Bo. So I knew I needed to share this with others. I knew that if I could change just one family who struggled with autism a year, it was worth sharing it. What I didn't know was that it wasn't just families who struggled with autism that would see results. It was people who struggled with mental health, people who struggled with cholesterol and blood pressure, people who struggled with depression and anxiety, people who struggled with almost every issue you can imagine struggling with. We began to see changes in. This is Bo, who just graduated this past May from the same high school that I went to. So the doctors were clearly wrong about his diagnosis, and it all came down to cleansing the toxins out and pouring plant-based nutrition in. There's two groups of people I found in 15 years attracted to what I'm sharing with you today. One is interested in the health aspect. That was totally me. But I was also actively looking for a residual income stream that would give me some freedom from the 12-hour work days, freedom to spend a little bit more time with my kids. And what I ended up finding in this company was a business that created that residual income that I was searching for. I will tell you that within a year, I made over 6 figures working this business. Oh gosh, probably about an hour a day. And that has continued to increase over the last 15 years to where within a couple of years, I totally replaced my full-time income that I made as a PA, an income that I went to school for 8.5 years and spent $100,000 on that education. And to have replaced it with this little side thing that I did, changed our lives. Changed our finances, changed our time freedom. And after doing this 15 years, I've decided that I have to help other people find that time freedom, find that peace in their finances so that they can do the things that they're passionate about. And so people will often say to me when they hear the presentation, well, my sister sells this, my cousin sells this. How is it different? Oh, it's very different. There's nothing out there like what we have. First, it appeals to everyone, every man, every woman, every child, their parents, their dogs and cats. Anybody with a body is going to be interested in what they can do to get their body working the way it's supposed to be working sooner or later. This is Genesis 1:29. Everything you need comes from the ground, and we've got it all. It's a consumable product. It's not something people purchase one time. It's not a candle. It's not a water purifier. It's not makeup. It's not jewelry. It is something that is going to be consistently purchased over and over and over again, because if they use it, they'll run out. They will only repurchase if they really see results. And that's where we really stand out. If you have 100 people purchase one of our 30-day starter packages that cost less than $10 a day, 93 out of 100 people repurchase at least 2 or 3 of the starter pack products totally unsolicited. That's where we stand out. The results are obvious enough to where people choose to repurchase without us calling them and saying, are you ready to reorder? We're a 15-year-old company. We're totally debt-free. Less than 100,000 Americans even know we exist. We literally just started on social media this year. This is going to be huge. We have entire states in this country that still don't know that this company exists. Yet we have investors like Phil Knight, who is the founder of the largest shoe company in the world. The business model has been touted as one of the best for anybody to get started in by people like Richard Branson and Tony Robbins. I opened the skincare retail store and construction business in 2008 with my husband because I read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I realized as long as I was working for someone else, there were going to be handcuffs, financial handcuffs, limits to how much I could make. And I had to trade my hours for dollars. And so we started the two businesses, the construction company and the skincare retail store was my idea of how to create a franchise. When this business very quickly surpassed what I was making with either of those businesses and became residual to where it came in, even when I was on vacation, even when I was sleeping, I realized I had my hands on something. When Robert came out with the book, The Business of the 21st Century in 2010, and stated that this business model is the business of the 21st century, blew my mind. That I had stumbled into this accidental thing my brothers asked me to take a look at. I thought I was doing them a favor, and they radically changed our lives. I'm going to teach you how you can make money while you sleep, how you can leverage your time by putting in just 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week to create a residual income stream. I was again attracted to how it started in a clinical practice with patients. The results were so good, there was a 3-year waiting list for people to get into the clinic. And they said, we've got to get this out to the public. And so they started this company, but chose to only spread the news by word of mouth. And they decided to take their marketing fund and pay people who actually spread the information. And it all comes down to this. After 20 years of practicing medicine and 15 years of sharing this message, I believe that the majority of the health issues we face, you name it, migraines, eczema, autoimmune issues, plantar fasciitis, allergies, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, migraines, anxiety, depression, eczema, is the result of these three things. We're toxic. We're drinking out of plastic water bottles. We're putting chemicals on our skin every day. We're eating foods that have been sprayed by guys wearing hazmat suits and gas masks. We're being poisoned. We don't move enough. We don't exercise enough. Sitting is the new smoking. We sit staring at our phones and our computers all day long. We consume way too much sugar. And I really like to talk about the acidic alkaline balance. It's been shown over and over again in studies. If you haven't read the book, The China Study, I highly recommend it. That people who consume more plants than they do meat, dairy, sugar, soda, coffee, and bread live longer, healthier lives. We're out of balance. Most of us are consuming more meat, dairy, sugar, coffee, and bread than we are plants. And I'm going to show you how to get more plant nutrition in your body in 30 seconds in the morning than your whole neighborhood gets in a week. We're undernourished. We're eating prepackaged, pasteurized, processed foods. So are our children. And the nutritional studies are showing that over 50% of our kids are not getting the recommended vitamins and minerals. We're trying to supplement. Prior to the pandemic, the educated were supplementing. Since the pandemic, everyone is supplementing. We're Googling. We're asking the guy who works behind the counter at the health food store, makes minimum wage, what we should do for our allergies, what we should do for our vitamins, what we should do to prevent the virus from getting into our family. We take it for a little while, but we don't travel with it. If you're supplementing and you don't travel with your vitamins, with your greens, with your omegas, you probably can't tell when you take them, and you can't tell when you don't. It's probably time for a change. We offer a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. You can't eat your way out of the problem. We've known this for over a decade. In 2010, multiple studies were showing that essentially came down to the fact that you'd have to eat 8 oranges, 80 cups of spinach, 99 ears of corn, and 2 cups of wheat to get the same nutrition that our grandparents got from one of each of those things in 1960. So we have to be supplementing. But if you're supplementing, you should be seeing results. The answer comes down to this philosophy. It's a centuries-old philosophy. Cleanse your body of the toxins. We have 7 eliminatory channels: your lungs, your liver, your skin, your lymphatic system, kidneys, blood, and intestines. They have to be cleansed. It's like taking your car in for an oil change. They do not just take the old oil out and let you drive off. They also don't put new oil in without getting the old sludge out. We are backed up with sludge. It has to be removed. And then we pour plant-based nutrition in. We get your pH balanced. We feed the trillions of cells that are screaming out for whole raw food nutrition, not food that's been created in a lab, plant-based nutrition that comes from the ground. We have a whole board of wellness advisory doctors who literally recommend these products in their offices. Many of our products are in the physician's desk reference. We've been around for 15 years. We're not going anywhere. We're getting stronger every year. More and more people are joining us every year. And it starts with this starter package. I talk a lot about doing a 30-day servicing. We take our car in every 10,000 miles. If our phones break, we're running to the store to get those serviced. If our air conditionings break in Florida, we're calling the guys to get them to come and service the air conditioning unit. And we have no choice. It's just what we have to do. We wouldn't think twice about dropping $2,000 or $3,000 for an air conditioning unit, dropping $1,000 or $2,000 for a new washing machine, dropping $300 to get a new phone or a new car. Like I took my car in to get it serviced a couple months ago, and I needed 4 new tires, 4 new brakes. It's $4,000. I had to do it. When we talk about servicing this, the one irreplaceable asset that our soul lives in the whole time we are here, and people get all freaked out. I can't afford it. This is $289 to service your body every day for 30 days. Your results will be so phenomenal that 93 out of 100 of you who do this for the very first time will repurchase 2 or 3 of these products because you can see the results when you take them versus when you don't. We've got a plant-based calcium, perfectly combined with magnesium. People who struggle with sleep, with bone issues, with teeth issues, with migraines are typically deficient in vitamin K, vitamin D, magnesium, or calcium. We've got organic sulfur, which decreases inflammation, along with the melam. Inflammation is the root of every disease we face as humans. What are you popping on a daily basis? What do you carry in your purse that's an over-the-counter pharmaceutical medication that allows you to decrease inflammation and feel better? Why don't we do a plant-based, all-natural form of a natural anti-inflammatory? fiber that cleanses out the intestinal tract like a bottle scrub brush. What fiber has been shown to do in clinical studies has been documented for decades. Cholesterol, blood pressure, blood sugar issues, and then of course what it does for the digestive tract. The cleanse is the small green bottle. It cleanses those 7 channels we eliminate through. The blue bottle is argoian. Marriage counselor in a bottle, many people call it. It's been shown in studies to help with feelings of joyfulness, to help with feelings of anxiety. You have someone in the house who struggles with focus, who struggles with depression, who struggles with anxiety, who struggles with insomnia. It's worth giving it a shot. 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you are on prescription medications, or you're over 40, or you're popping Tums all day long, or you have something for pain in your bag that you take all day long, you might want to look at the Core Complete. It includes all of our superfruits, which have been clinically studied here in the US for over 3 decades, but has been used for thousands of years in the areas where they're grown naturally. The 6 things that most people recognize within 30 days of starting on one of our starter packages is better sleep. I totally felt that within a week. More energy. As a result of better sleep, you have more energy, less pain, better bowel habits. Whether you go too much or too little, the problems that we have in this country with bowel habits will blow your mind. It all comes back to cleansing, balancing, and building. I don't care if you have SIBO, irritable bowel syndrome, constipation, diverticulitis, diverticulosis. Got to cleanse, balance, build. Mood improvement. You don't usually notice that though. Everyone around you does. And I lost 3 pounds my first month. And I lost 29 pounds over the next 2 months. Weight loss, as time goes by, is something we typically see. Again, the Core Complete includes the superfruits. We just went through Greece for 2 weeks and ran out of our superfruits after the first week. And my goodness, we could not wait to get home and take our superfruits yesterday. I'm on Greece time right now, which actually means it is about, 3 a.m. in the morning. And so it's impressive. I'm doing this presentation for you guys. I'm going to tell you more about Greece in just a minute. When people see all this, they oftentimes go, oh my goodness, how do you take all this? I don't think I can do it. Well, my kids have been doing it since they were toddlers. Superfruit shots, smoothies. They've been doing it since they were young children. In the beginning, yes, they would dry heave over the sink. And so we would incorporate into popsicles, into smoothies, into pancakes, into waffles, and made French toast with the Mila this morning. My boys do this on their own now. They choose to take these products. We have a sports line that's tremendous. They both have grown up from tiny, skinny little guys to these big, muscular men that people ask them everywhere they go, what do they consume? Why do they look the way that they look? So if you have a teenage boy who's looking to grow strong and grow muscles, the sports line is definitely something you're going to want to look into. We have an entire training page where we teach you, what's this smoothie you're talking about? This is my breakfast smoothie. It's what I make every single morning, minus the yogurt. I don't put yogurt in there. But you got kale, you've got everything that was in the Core Complete in here. And so it's literally all done in 30 seconds in the morning. We have nutritional videos walking you through, educational videos walking you through how to make the smoothie, how to get it in your family's bodies. Powerful stuff. PureLifeChangers.com is a wealth of information. I have doctors, dentists who have stumbled onto this page, watched the videos that we had there for a day or two, called me and said, I'm ready to get started with the family package. I know that everything on this page is truth. I've looked at the nutritional facts and compared it to what I have in my pantry. What you have here is better. 30-day satisfaction guarantee. I want my whole family's body serviced. Get me in with the family package. That dentist that I just mentioned is now recommending this to all of the patients who come in to get their teeth cleaned in her office. She's been in private practice for over 25 years. Here in Ponte Vedra Beach. We have a skincare line that is mind-blowing how good it is. It's straight from Korea. They are known for K-beauty, known for giving you glass skin. And we also have another skin product called Me Collagen Pro, which is the best collagen probiotic biotin combination you will find on the planet. Portion of the proceeds of every single one of these boxes of Me Collagen Pro goes to the nonprofit organization Love Justice International, which has over 500 boots on the ground to stop children at the borders from getting taken. And I'm very proud that we're a part of that organization. If someone's invited you to take a look at this, ask them to add you to our Changing Lives with Pure Facebook page. It is a page that we've had for over 5 years now that is full of testimonies. And you can type in this little magnifying glass, type in whatever it is you're struggling with in your house. Is it migraines? Is it ADHD? In this instance, we show you how to look up ADHD, and you'll pull up hundreds of testimonies from kids and parents walking you through what they took and what their results were. It's a powerful, powerful tool that we've created for you to be able to hear, not just from me, not just from the person who invited you, but from thousands of other people. I got started in this in 2008 with the goal to help change people's health. I walked away from practicing medicine in 2019 because pure is a better way, in my opinion, than prescriptions most of the time. I wrote over 200 prescriptions a day for many years. I'm not anti-medicine. I just believe we overuse it. But I realized we had a problem as I was sharing this information, and I would tell people it's less than $10 a day. It's $289 to service your body. They'd be crying, oh, I need this. My whole family needs this, but I can't afford $289. And I realized we had a problem in America. We have a lot of broke people who are in debt, people who have the wrong priorities. Vacations are a priority, shoes are a priority, cars are a priority. But again, the health of their number one irreplaceable asset, not a priority. The health of their children. It's our responsibility as parents to get the right nutrition in our children, to get the toxins out of our bodies. But they weren't able to afford to do that. So I have a new goal. My goal is to help 100 people lock in $10,000 per week of residual income. Do I have this? Yes, I have more than twice this. My goal is to help other people do this. Why? Because when I find 100 people who lock in this kind of income, we're going to change millions of lives. Millions of lives. People are looking for this. And the majority of people just get a membership with Pure. It's like getting a membership with Amazon or Costco, but it's free. And you get your products for 25% off with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. And you repurchase unsolicited because they work so well. If you're struggling with your health, why would you not get started with this? If you're struggling financially, gosh, I hope you consider the business. If not this, I hope you consider some other business, because all Americans should have a small business for tax purposes, for tax write-offs anyway. But if you have a small business that can actually create an income stream for you, my gosh, what if your little part-time gig can replace your full-time income? It is the future. E-commerce, health and wellness, it's not going anywhere. This is the future, and it would be wise to get a part of it in some way, if you can. Livepure.com is where you can go get started right now. Go to livepure.com and literally throw into the shopping cart whatever it is that you're interested in. The family package I mentioned earlier services not just your body, but your whole family's body. So if you're interested in the business or servicing your entire family, get the family package. Reset Plus is one of our reset programs that resets your entire metabolism, gets your body's metabolism burning. Most women over 40 struggle with eating. We don't eat enough. Mind blowing, I know. We teach you how to reset your metabolism. It includes the Core Complete as well as some fat burners and some metabolism boosters. Of course, you can start with the Core Complete. You should add our sports line on if you're an athlete of any kind, and our super fruits are there as well. So when you go to checkout, it's going to ask you if you want to be a preferred customer. Yes, free membership, no obligation to purchase again. 93% chance you will. Choose that button, preferred customer. But if you're sitting here and you're thinking, I know someone who needs to hear this. I'm struck. I can't afford $289. I'm in debt. I don't know how I'm going to get out. I'm worried about money. I can't spend money on anything else. You should look at being a brand partner. The $49 is all it costs to be a brand partner with Pure. That gets you a replicated site. It gets you the ability to begin to share this with others. Think of it like having vending machines on the side of the interstate. And you can send people to the vending machine. And instead of getting Pepsi and Cheetos and Oreos, they're getting health. Life-giving health. Along with being a brand partner on our team, we teach you how to share this with others. We have a training site that you get access to as soon as you choose to be a brand partner, where we literally walk you through exactly how to do this in 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Some of you may choose to be VIP partners, which means you get special access to our 6- and 7-figure earners who literally take you under their wing, give you training on a Tuesday night Q&A call. You have access to special leadership retreats. And that all comes from coming in with one of our VIP packages. We have an annual team training event, which is mixed with both product training with all of the doctors on our team, and we have a lot of them, as well as business training. Our next event is in Jacksonville, Florida, February 9th and 10th. It's called Pure Fire, and you can find out more about that on purelifechangers.com. My husband and I put on 2 leadership retreats a year. We plunge $25,000 to $50,000 into these retreats. Our next one is in Asheville, December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And again, the VIPs on our team have the opportunity to run for this. This trip is currently on the line, and our team is currently running for it. I've helped a lot of people change their lives in the last 15 years. One of them was Kristen and Skip. Kristen was working full-time, corporate world, missed her children growing up, elementary and middle school years, and decided to walk away from that job when they went into high school because she didn't want to miss out on their lives anymore. Skip saw the presentation and he did business with Phil Knight. years and years and years ago. Phil Knight is one of our majority owners, and Skip said, if he's in, I'm in. So Kristen and Skip joined with Pure, came in with the family package, began sharing it with others, earned $30,000 in 9 weeks. And I can tell you right now, she will be the very first person on my team who locks in $10,000 per week of residual income. One of the first people that she shared this with, and she sat down and called 50 people in one afternoon and said, hey, you've got to take a look at this. I don't know if it's for you or not, but take a look. Cozy had just lost her husband to cancer, was raising their 4 kids. She's a Pilates instructor. She sat down, followed our instructions, called people. We told her exactly what to say, invited them to take a look, and she earned $32,000 in her first 12 weeks. David and Lindley sat down and called 50 people in the summer of 2018, and 6 months later had earned $102,000. Does this happen for everyone? No. I don't know who you know. I don't know how coachable you are. I don't know how big your contact list is. I don't know how much integrity you've had in the last 10 years of your life, so that when you call people, they're interested in listening to you or not. I don't know if you can do this, but I have seen a lot of people's lives changed. Earning weekly checks is not difficult to do. Josh and Ashley were not looking to earn weekly checks. They were looking to get out of $30,000 of credit card debt. And 6 weeks after getting started with the family package, they paid off that $30,000 in debt, and they began then taking their weekly Pure checks and putting it into a fund where they began purchasing properties. And they now earn 12 rental properties, give them passive rental income, 12, in addition to the Pure income that they earn every week. Again, not everybody has this kind of success, but I always looked at these kinds of stories and said, gosh, if they can do it, I can do it. I was working 12 to 14 hours a day, trading my hours for dollars, and there was a cap as to how much I could make as a PA. There's no cap to how much I can make here. My husband and I make more in 1 week now than the two of us combined used to make in a month. That's crazy. I never would have been able to do that if I hadn't taken the leap back in 2008. I met Colette at a mastermind retreat in Cabo in January. She has over 100,000 followers on social media. She immediately saw the power of what we have in our products, had some very tremendous personal results, and began sharing Pure on her personal social media pages, and earned our 5-star luxury trip to Greece in less than 3 months. She gets checks every single week from this company that are growing month by month by month. How do you do this? Well, we teach you. You don't have to figure this out. In fact, I don't want you to tell anybody until you go through our training that you can do on your own time from your phone. I'll briefly tell you there's 2 different pay plans. Some people just get customers, like my friend Colette. If you have 20 customers who order 3 products a month, you'll make $1,000 a month in commissions. That's life-changing income for a lot of people. I will tell you, customers tend to become brand partners. That's what happened to me. I would wake up in the morning and I would think of it like vending machines on the side of the road, and I'd go to bed with 3 and I'd wake up with 10, because my customers would become brand partners, and the brand partners would tell people. And so before I knew it, I had teams all over the world. I show this picture for 2 reasons. I like to address the elephant in the room when people go, oh, this is a pyramid. I said, what do you mean by that? Where the person at the top makes all the money. You mean like at your job? You mean like at my job where I worked where the doctor made the most, and then the CFO, and then the other doctors, and then the PAs, and then the nurses, and then the secretaries? Secretaries could never make as much as the top guy. You mean like that? It's the opposite of that. I make more than the person who told me. I make more than the person who told them. Why? Because I refused to quit, and I kept looking for better, easier ways to share this information. By joining my team, you get access to all of that work that I did. I go online and people are selling their coaching programs and selling this and selling. I'm not selling you anything. If you join this company and become a brand partner with the person who shared this with you, you get immediate access to all of my lifetime trainings that I've done. And we have people excelling here. What I want you to see in this picture is whoever invited you is building 2 teams. Okay. Let's say Kara invited you. Kara is going to be building this business, whether you join or not. She's going to keep sharing. So if you join and you're Beth, you will benefit from everybody that Kara puts into your team. And let's say that Beth just sits there for 5 years. Kara's going to build a savings account for you. Anybody who comes in under Leah, anybody that Kara puts in under Leah's team will go into a savings account for them. And when she begins to start to share this with others, she will begin cashing in on the team that Kara built for her. Yes, you will benefit from the people put on your team by the person who brought you to this. And timing matters. Do you want to be Jen who joins today, or do you want to be Jason who joins in 3 weeks? You want to be the person who joins sooner so you can benefit financially. There's no cap to how much you can make. There's not many people who don't have a cap, guys. Even if you're in real estate, there's only so many hours in the day for you to show houses. There's a cap. And if you go on vacation to Europe for 2 weeks, like I just did, money doesn't come in. Well, money comes in for me every week. In fact, it usually grows when I go out of town because our system duplicates so well. So it's $49 to get started with the business package. Monthly overhead is about 3 products a month. That's about $130 a month. And honestly, your body deserves that. Your number one irreplaceable asset deserves that. But if you can't afford that, and Aunt Betty watches one of our presentations and chooses to get started and she orders 3 products a month, that covers your monthly overhead. And then you go place your first order, and you can start wherever you want. Let me be very clear with that. You can start wherever you want. Core Plus is where most people start. $289, less than $10 a day to service your body for 30 days. But many people choose to start with the family package because they want to service their whole family. And they see the power of getting started with a business in $2,500. It's $4,000 worth of products for $2,500. You eat your investment. I couldn't wrap a mind around this when I first got started. When I opened my skincare store, I didn't get to use those products that I purchased. I purchased them. I filled the store. I had to sell them. I had to pay for my employees' salaries and the taxes and the paperwork and the inventory, all that stuff. This $49 covers all of that. You don't have to ship the products. You don't have to store the products. You don't have to create a website. The company does all of that for you. Basically, what you're doing is you're investing in products for your family so that you have testimonies and your belief in the products can grow. There's a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. And the other benefits to coming in with this family package is you're getting locked in at a higher bonus percentage for the next 3 months. And you're getting qualified as a VIP on my team. What does that mean? Again, you get access to our biannual team retreats. Right now, the next one is Asheville. You also have the option to get on our VIP calls, Q&A calls, just for VIPs only on Tuesday nights. And you also have the option to have a Black Diamond record a specific webinar presentation for you. Again, start wherever you want. Core Plus is very popular, but if you have a family, I didn't want to just service myself. I wanted to get testimonies from my whole family. I couldn't believe how cheap it was to get started. And I was like, this can't possibly be a business. It was my CPA who said, yeah, you can write that off. You can write off your monthly orders as well. And he said, in fact, Rachel, I think this might be the best business you ever started. It was the cheapest business I ever started, and it was the best business I ever started. LivePure.com, you guys. Go there right now, throw into the cart whatever you want. When you check out, choose to be a brand partner and type in the name of the person who invited you. My husband and I earned multiple trips when we got started here. We earned 2 trips to Hawaii, a trip to France, a trip to Spain, Australia, Bora Bora. We didn't help anybody on those trips. We earned them because I was really good at telling people about the products. And in the last 5 years, I've gotten really good at helping other people share the information. We had over 20 teams earn the trip to Italy last year. We just came back from Greece and had over 25 teams earn that trip to Greece. I have a plan to have, oh, by the way, in Greece, George Clooney left 5 days before we got there. This was our pool. In case you don't believe us, this is where we were all out all day long this last week. It was a 5-star luxury resort in Mykonos. It was absolutely amazing. And our next trip is to Switzerland. And on my vision board right there, I have that I'm helping 200 life changers earn the trip to Switzerland. I talked to the owner today, and he said this trip will be better than any trip we have ever gone on. So if you like to travel for free, it's one of the company's ways of saying thank you, opening your mouth and telling the people in your life, thank you for changing their lives and helping us spread the message of Pure. And they take us on these amazing trips. I can promise you this, if you don't change, nothing's going to change. PureLifeChangers.com is where you can go get more information, but you can also get back to the person who invited you and let them know where you are today. I see there's questions coming in already. I'm going to be staying on for just a little while and answering any questions that any of you have. Again, I'm on 3 a.m. Greece time right now. My husband is like, why are we still awake? Because I'm so passionate about what I do. I'm so passionate about getting this information out. I stay up and I continue to do these calls and run these calls every single week, Mondays at 8 o'clock. As long as I'm in the country, I will be running them. And so one of the questions that just came in is, I'm not good at sales at all. You don't have to be good at sales, friend. Whoever invited you to this, all they did was invite you. All they did was use our recommendations of how to invite. We've been inviting for a very long time. It probably went something like this. Hey, Brenda, I don't know if this is for you or not, but I think it might be. Take a look at this presentation tonight at 8 o'clock. If I send you a link, will you watch it? That's the invite. And maybe Brenda says yes, and maybe Brenda says no. But every single day on my way to work, I would call one person on the way to work and say, hey, Teresa, take a look. She'd say, what is it? I'd say, there's 3 patients waiting on me. I'm pulling into the operating room's parking lot right now. I don't have time to talk about it. Are you going to watch the presentation tonight? And I'd call her back later, and sometimes she would have watched it, and sometimes they didn't watch it. I didn't care. I just knew I was going to call one person a day. And we figured out over the years, there's better ways than calling one person a day. If you want to make $1,000 in 1 week, if you want to make $10,000 in the next month, you're probably going to call a lot more people a lot more quickly. Okay. I don't know how much money you will make here. I don't know who you know, but I do know you don't have to be good at sales. A lot of people say, oh, I don't have enough time. Okay. I made 1 phone call a day every day on the way to work. If you can make 1 phone call a day, you can do this. What are you doing right now for your future? What are you doing right now to get out of the debt that you're in? Maybe you're not in debt. Maybe you're just looking for $100,000. You can start investing in real estate, or start investing in the stock market, or invest in something. What are you doing to accrue that income? See, Pure gives you the financial freedom to do the things you're passionate about. And it takes very little time, 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Plugging in. We teach you what to do with that 30 minutes a day. All right, friends, thanks so much for joining us. Get back to the person who invited you. Let them know what your thoughts are. Don't go into the witness protection program. Please don't do that. Get back to them. Let them know where you're at. If you have any questions, and if it's not for you, it's not for you. We appreciate you taking a look.